up, everyone? We are back. Episode 10. We're sorry we missed you guys. We took a week off, but we're here.
You also probably just broke somebody's eardrum.
Good. Welcome back. Now you're here. Now you're focused.
Yeah, we're happy to be back. Sorry about last week. Kind of ran through our friends.
Yeah, ran through the vid. Ran through it.
And now we're back.
Now we're here. 2 microphones. We decided to upgrade.
Yeah.
Took the week off and we upgraded.
Hopefully. We took the time to hopefully make it better for you.
To get better. We took the time to get better.
Yeah.
That's all I have to say.
Really dove deep. But I think the audio quality is going to be just lights out.
You guys will have to let us know.
Yep. Well, let's dive in. What do we got for roundtable? What do you got for us?
Wait. Minnesota Minute.
Oh yeah, Minnesota Minute.
Come on, Chris.
I always forget.
I'm
out of practice.
Yeah,
all right, Minnesota Minute. What
Minnesota Minute. So Twins lost to the Astros, unfortunately, series 3-1. Vikings beat the Bears last Sunday. They play Monday night against the 49ers at home. Gophers had the week off. They didn't win or lose. They play at Iowa, now ranked 24 on Saturday. Minnesota Wild currently 1-1. They're playing Montreal tonight on Tuesday. They have LA and Columbus coming up, and then the Minnesota United play SKC to finish up the season this Saturday. And we are 10, 11, and 12.
What does SKC stand for?
Sporting Kansas City, I believe.
Isn't that our rival?
I don't know if we really have a rival, to be honest.
No, I'm pretty sure.
Sporting Kansas City is?
So
this game could get rowdy.
I'm pretty sure that that's our rival.
Nothing like a last game that means nothing to us. To get rowdy, we have no chance making playoffs. I think we just fired our coach and our GM.
During the season?
Yeah, like 3 games left. I think pretty sure he's gone.
I mean, at that point, you might as well let him finish it out.
Gotta see what the interim does.
Jeez.
You never know.
That's rough.
So, there it is. And Timberwolves coming up, play next week.
Next Saturday is their first home game.
First home game, I believe they start on Thursday.
Yeah.
I think the NBA tips off Wednesday, they play Thursday. So.
No, it starts on Tuesday.
Tuesday?
Yeah.
We play Wednesday.
Next Tuesday is the first game for a couple teams.
Yep. So it's back.
But yeah, our first game's away.
Yep, that's okay. We like it. We want to be on the road.
We want to face adversity right away.
I don't know about that. All right.
Now we're to the round.
Yeah, start it up. Go ahead.
Okay, I have 2. A couple episodes ago, we talked about the North Carolina wide receivers named Tez Walker, about how his eligibility was being held up by the NCAA for absolutely no reason. Or, well, they said they had a reason, but it wasn't a legitimate one. And they finally came to their senses because he became eligible during our hiatus and was able to play on Saturday and literally stepped in and dominated. They played Miami, ranked on ranked game, and he just had 6 catches, 132 yards, 3 touchdowns. So literally stepped in and dominated.
Didn't miss a beat. Yeah, I mean, when you watch him, I mean, he's obviously...
He's a physical specimen.
Yeah, he's fast and he catches the ball and he just goes. I mean, obviously he's a potential NFL player, so it doesn't hurt to get him back. Just helps Drake May. I mean, they're undefeated already, so it can't hurt.
Yeah, they're kind of cooking a little bit.
Yeah, they ain't bad.
So
they ain't bad.
Shout out to him because that was pretty weak by the NCAA to not let him play. Yeah. So I'm glad that the first game he kind of showed out, and it was a little bit of like a FU moment of like, yeah, I could have been doing this all year, but now we're here.
But now you get to witness greatness.
We're going to do it the rest of the year.
Yeah, so there it is. I have 1 for NFL. Last week, 10 games.
Well, wait a minute.
Oh, you going NCAA? You have 2 for NCAA?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you had 1 for each. Go ahead.
All right. Second one for NCAA. The last week on Saturday, probably the game of the year, at least ending of the year. I won't say game of the year, but I'll say ending of the year because it was Colorado State and Boise State. 4 minutes left, so we're just painting the picture here. 4 minutes left. The score is Boise State 30, Colorado State 10. Colorado State scores a touchdown with about 4 minutes left to make it 30-17. So they're down 13 points. They then kick the onside kick, get it, which you rarely see ever anymore. But they go onside kick, they get it. They go down, score again. Just under about 2 minutes left or so, and now it's 30-24. They do another onside kick, they get it. Penalty. They got to line up again. They want to go for 3 in a row onside kicks. They kick it, don't get it. Boise State has the ball. Up 6 currently, 30-24. They run a play, nothing. Second play, about 20-yard rush. Okay, we're in business. Nope, penalty. Bring it back. Redo second down, no yards. Third down, no yards. They punt it to Colorado State. There's probably about, 30-ish seconds or so. They're on like their own 20-yard line. They bomb it deep, about 20, 25 yards. Okay, clock it. Another 20, 25 yards, clock it. There's 5 seconds left, and they're at the 40-yard line. They need 6 points. As time is running out, Hail Mary, catch, touchdown. So they get the 6 points. 0's on the clock. They send out the extra point field goal unit, kick the extra point, win by 1 point. So they scored 21 points in 4 minutes with 2 successful onside kicks. Technically 3 successful onside kicks. 2 counted. They go home winners.
Yeah. I don't know about game of the year yet because it's too
No, not game of the year.
But I will say,
not game of the year, ending of the year.
It does blow my mind because I always watch when I watch NFL too. It's like the chance of getting an onside kick is so minimal, and now these guys put the ball sideways.
Yeah.
But also at the same time, like it sounds stupid, but just put all hands guys out there. Don't even have people, or have a few people go block, and then just have one guy, your best player, go catch the ball. Like you don't have to let it bounce more than once. Just go catch the ball. It blows my mind how
but you might not be able to catch it.
Then get a new guy.
3
times, 3 onside kicks. That special teams guys should be fired. Sorry. No, it should be let go.
Or this kicker for Colorado State's going to get an NFL job
just for onside kicks.
He's that good at it.
Yeah.
But I mean, it was on Sunday. The Titans are playing. They haven't successfully gotten an onside kick since 2013.
I bet you a lot of teams
almost 10 years they have not had one successful onside kick.
I mean,
and granted, they're not doing them all the time, but
right.
Still.
When you think about it, though, it's like a year. Maybe what do you do? 1 onside kick, maybe 2.
1 to 3, probably.
1 to 3 on average, and it's like, so yeah, in 8 years, 9 years, 10 years, you're doing 30. I mean, it doesn't surprise me. I bet you a lot of teams are like that. I could not tell you the last time I've seen a successful onside kick be caught in the NFL.
I don't know. Probably the last 3 years, I think there's been 1.
Maybe. Right? And so, I mean, that's why they're planning to potentially change the rule.
And in this game, ending of the year, 2 successful, that counted.
Yeah. You almost have to sign this guy.
Exactly.
He's got something.
That's what I'm
He's
saying.
got the magic in the air.
All right, now we're good to move on to the NFL.
NFL, last week, there were 10 games decided by 1 score or less. Most times since 2018 that has happened in a single week.
Love it.
Which is crazy.
That's what we want.
I also saw a commercial about gambling. We are a gambling podcast. It said that 44% of NFL games are decided by 1 score.
Okay.
And then 24 are decided by 3 or less points. So gamble responsibly. That was the quote.
Okay, so a quarter of the games are within 3 points.
Yeah, potentially, I guess. Which seems a little high.
You want to know what I think is really interesting? Because when you're watching games on TV in states that don't have legal gambling, but then they have
gambling commercials,
gambling promotions, like for instance, in the MLB games, they like project advertisements on the back of the mound, and when they were showing the Twins game at which was a home game for the Twins, so in Minnesota, and they were projecting FanDuel. It's like, I understand that you probably have an ad deal with them, but like FanDuel is not an active sports betting company in Minnesota. Like it's not legal here. So I don't really understand how that's the one that is chosen.
Do you think it's because it's like national though? Like more people than just Minnesota?
It's
are
probably
watching it?
that probably is, but like the most amount of people are might be from Minnesota.
Yeah. I mean, I guess that's crazy to think.
I just think that's
It's very interesting,
weird.
but it's like whenever you watch any games, all those things. It's kind of wild to think that like literally the stuff that's going on this like the boards of a hockey game or on the back of the MLB is like all just on television. It's not actually there. Like for some
or
reason.
in the circles.
Right. Isn't that crazy?
Mm-hmm.
Technology, man.
Yeah. My NFL one, kind of NFL, more so just football related. Flag football officially in the Olympics 2028, and they're trying to get it set up where NFL players are allowed to compete in the Olympics in flag football. So,
Wow.
I mean, Tyreek Hill's already said that he wants to do it.
Well, Tyreek Hill will do anything.
Yeah.
He'll probably run the 4x100 and then he'll play flag
Yeah,
football.
exactly. Gronk said that he would be interested in playing.
It's
He's like, as long as I don't have to try out, I would be in.
The crazy thing about it though is like if it was in the Olympics, this might sound terrible.
It is in the Olympics.
No, I know, but if you put NFL players, like most of those guys are from the United States, aren't they?
No, yeah, 100%.
So like, what other country? It's almost like it should be like a celebrity.
Maybe not all of them are from the U.S., but like
Majority.
obviously football, American football is
Right.
the biggest in the U.S. It's literally.
I think it would be cool. They should do that. Don't they do that for the Pro Bowl now? Isn't it flag football? I'm pretty sure it's flag football.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. They need to
I
get
don't
They need to get pickleball in the.
Who knows?
That's what they need to get. Pickleball
might
needs
be.
to become
They might be putting it
an
in.
actual Olympic sport.
All right, you got anything else round table? Are we moving on to seltzers?
No, let's move on.
All right, seltzer it up. Seltzer it up.
So we're back finishing up the pack. DogFish. Oh boy, this thing's sweaty.
DogFish Distillery. The
Distilling
last
Co.
Sweat.
Vodka soda. Interesting that it's a green can, but it's blueberry shrub.
It's got blueberry.
Vodka
accents.
with blueberry juice and natural flavors. Here's the can. First one, kind of an easy, simple can. And then the second one is Vodka Crush, Blood Orange, and Mango. This one's should be decent.
That should be decent. I'll hold that.
Yeah, you hold that, I'll pour. This one first. You think there's color? Oh, there's definitely color. Chris, it is juicy. Look at that thing.
What was that one? What flavor?
Blueberry shrub. Dude, this might be.
Blueberry shrub, and it's red.
No, this is kind of like this
It's
color.
a
blues.
deep reddish blue.
Do you think this one's gonna be orange? I mean, it has to be, right?
Yeah. I think.
What if this one's no color? That would be kind of.
I think it might be lighter than you think. Oh,
No, there's no color.
it's clear.
It's beige. I will say this. Smell wise. Oh, sorry.
No, I was just making sure that they could hear the fizz.
Smell wise. Yeah. Let's start with the blueberry shrub. It looks like cranberry juice. Tell me it doesn't, Chris.
Yours looks
Lighter?
like a different color than mine. Is that weird?
Yours looks thicker.
Lighter in color though.
Yeah, but can you see through yours? Hold it up like that.
No, I can't.
Oh,
You can.
Yeah, that's weird.
What the heck, dude? Look at that.
Yeah, I don't know.
These are like not the same.
I don't know, man. Sorry. It's definitely very smelly though. I don't want to put this next to my mouth when I drink though, because it's like that's just weird. That's why.
You can like move it off to the side. You can smell the blueberry.
Ooh.
Big time.
I'll say this. This tastes like cranberry more than blueberry in my mind. This tastes like the stuff we've talked about this before for Thanksgiving, like the cranberry stuff. You know, well, your family doesn't do it because you guys get like chicken and stuff, but you guys get like
not really
Tavern in
chicken.
France. But this is like it literally tastes like cranberry juice.
I feel like it tastes like I do get the blueberry, but
What do you think the shrub is?
leaves.
You think they put?
That's why the can's green.
You think they just put leaves in there and mixed them all up?
That's the shrubbery.
Okay.
I'm getting like it just tastes like juice,
Mm-hmm.
but you added Sprite to it.
With that little fizz.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could see that.
Like I don't know if you ever did this when you were growing up, but like at McDonald's or whatever, you get the high C and then you add in the Sprite.
Yes.
I feel like this is pretty much that, but it's a different flavor. It's blueberry.
So at McDonald's, did you used to do it? I think I used to do it, and this sounds weird, but like I used to do like a mixture of like 5 different things. Did you ever do that? I don't know what it was called. Some people had a name, but you would just go down the row. You'd be like, a little bit of this, a little bit of this, a little bit of that, a little bit of this.
Yeah, it was called.
I don't know what it was called.
It was called a like. It was called like garbage or something.
Yeah, I
like
thought it was like trash something or I don't know. It was, but it like it was crazy because it's
not just like all of them. I think I did all of them except Diet Coke.
Yeah,
'Cause I
and
think
the crazy thing about it was like you did all of them, and it actually still like wasn't bad.
No, it was good.
Yeah, it was good, but it was like you can never replicate it because you don't know what you did. Like every time you get a little different.
You just gotta test it out every time. I mean, you gotta fill it up probably about 3/4 of the way, and then you taste it, and then you know what it needs more of. You're like,
yeah, you take a little sip. Yeah.
Ooh, let me add a little more Fanta.
Yeah.
Ooh, okay, maybe a little bit more Dr. P.
Dr. P. Yeah. Now the thing that's crazy is some of these places have like the machines. You know that you like push and it's like
the one
yeah
one
like the whole
machine,
thing.
but you can use the touch.
Do like
the
80 different
Coca-Cola
things.
freestyles.
Yeah.
I don't like those.
They don't get enough flavor for you.
No, the flavor packages just don't do it.
Yeah.
They're
That's because there's too many options, so they don't have enough syrup dedicated to that one
exactly.
thing.
No, yeah, 100%. It allows you to have more options, but the quality is just way lower.
Yeah.
I would rather have less options,
better quality,
higher quality.
Oh yeah.
Give me the one spout for the Dr. P.
I'm gonna go with. I think I'm gonna go 7 flat on this one. I think it's solid. I think it does have that little bit of fizz, but I think it has a lot of flavor. It's definitely very flavorful. This whole pack has been pretty flavorful, but I would say a 7 flat. Solid score.
I'm gonna give it a 7.6. I like this
Favorite one of the can so far?
I
Or favorite one of the pack?
We'll see. Yeah, I gave 6.7 and 6.3 the last one. Apple Crane was 6.3. I can't remember the first one that we did, but that was 6.7 for me.
Yeah, this will.
The mule.
Yeah, this one literally tastes like juice.
Yeah, no, I mean
It tastes more. I'm telling you though, it tastes like cranberry to me.
it tastes like it's not
Alcohol. Yeah, there's obviously a little bit like there is carbonation, like you said, like it's like a Sprite little mix,
It's
but like
juice and Sprite, baby.
Yeah.
It's juice and Sprite.
it's a little J and Sprite, baby. All right. So the next one, what was it?
Blood orange.
Blood orange, vodka crush, blood
There's,
orange, and mango.
There's a little color on here.
Yeah, ours look more similar on this one than they did the last one.
Way more similar. Love
Literally
it.
pretty much the same. Oh, got the black stuff in there, which is great. Is that from your bagel?
Mhm.
Nice.
Okay, interesting.
You know what? I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna take it right from you though. But this tastes like orange soda plus a little bit like a Sprite. It does though. It's like it's not like a super heavy. I gotta memorize this thing in my hand. I'm about to throw. So excited. But it tastes like an orange soda, but it has like the fizz and the like that. It's not as powerful as like the orange Fanta.
I feel like it's more tangerine than orange.
Wait. But what's the difference? Sorry, I have to ask. I don't know the difference.
A tangerine's just a little small orange.
Isn't that a clementine?
It's like a lighter, fluffier flavor.
Isn't that a clementine? Aren't those like clementines, like the cuties?
No,
Or are those tangerines?
no.
No, those are clementines.
Yeah, they're clementines.
So there's orange, tangerine.
You can just smell the lightness to it.
That's what I'm saying.
That's how you know it's tangerine.
Oh. I don't. Yeah, I
it
guess.
doesn't have like a strong orange scent, right?
Right.
It has like a light orange scent.
Okay.
That's
So-
that's tangerine. It's this in orange. That's.
Do you think it's
false
part of the
advertising.
mango coming out though? Because it is mango a little bit. That might loosen up the flavor. But the question becomes, when you go to the store.
Does it have mango in there?
Yeah, mango.
Oh.
Yeah, blood orange and mango. When you go to the store, like the little ones are tangerine and mango.
What? I'd say it's tangerine and mango. Yeah.
You know what we're gonna have to do now? We're gonna have to do a taste test where we do a clementine, a tangerine, and an orange. Because last time we did this, obviously around this time,
The Reese's.
around this time.
Yeah, we did.
Jeez.
Wait, so what were you saying?
So what I was saying is, like, when you go to the store, obviously you can pick up a bag of clementines, those cuties, or you can go get an orange. Are those oranges or are those tangerines? How do you know? What does a tangerine look like?
It's small. Smaller.
But bigger than a clementine?
Tangerine. Right there.
Wait, click on this thing. Does that give us the whole dimensions of a tangerine versus a clementine versus a...
Winter oranges.
Wait, what? That's crazy.
Yeah, see here. Clementines, tangerines.
Okay. So
Juice for sweeter take on orange juice. So it's literally lighter, sweeter.
Okay, but not as light and sweet as a clementine. Or it's probably like the same size as an orange, maybe a little smaller. And a clementine is the smallest one.
Yeah, it looks a little small.
So a clementine's the baby, tangerine's the bigger brother, and the orange is the mom and dad.
Yep.
Interesting. Yeah, I guess I wouldn't tell the difference.
I mean, you look at that and you literally think clementine.
Yeah, that's a cutie. That's literally the definition of it.
Literally the picture of what you think of.
Picture. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So there you go. Now you know.
Where would you rank orange on your favorite fruits? Okay, we're putting them all in the same category. Orange, clementine, tangerine.
Oh, just those three?
No, not like rank them all. I'm just saying like in your rank. I'm not saying like, oh, clementine would be number 2 and
Not
orange
that
would be
high.
5. But I'm saying like, so where would you put them?
Outside top 5.
Top 5?
Outside of the top 5. I'd probably say it's like 8 to 10.
Oh,
7 to
low
10.
top. Barely in the top 10.
7 to 10.
Oh.
Yeah.
I do love a good cutie though. Like those little ones, like they're so good. Used to eat them all the time.
I mean,
They were like the in-house soccer snack of the year.
they're fine. I don't think they're snack of the year.
No, I'm saying back in in-house back of the year. Not now. I don't think the last time.
What
we got
about
orange.
watermelon?
We never got those during in-house soccer.
What about grapes?
I do like grapes. I actually do like. I think I like frozen grapes a lot too. Grapes are just very good.
Yeah. Anyways,
But I think this is solid.
where is it
What's
for
up?
you? Top.
I would say it's probably right around the 4 to 6 range. It might sneak in. It depends though, because this sounds terrible to say, but there's been some times
Say
where
it.
like I'll go
Say
get a
it.
bag of cuties or clementines and they're just all trash.
Yeah, it's tough. How do you know if it's a good one?
It's not super squishy, and there's no crap on the outside.
So it looks nice.
Yeah, and it feels nice.
Okay.
But that's the hard part. Is sometimes you open it up and it's dry. It's hard in Minnesota because there's not a lot of time where it's like, dang, that was a good time for oranges.
You know what it is a good
Florida's
time for
a good-
right now? Raspberries. Let me tell you, I saw a package of raspberries last week, and juicy, firm.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh, you could eat the whole package.
Yeah, well, they come in small little packs.
I know. You just
Yeah.
pound them.
Fruit, man, fruit. We could go on for days.
Yeah.
What do you have your score?
For this one,
Yeah.
let me get one more taste. If you got it, you can go.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it a 7.2. I like this one a little bit more than the cranberry or the blueberry, and I think it's pretty good. And I do enjoy a good fruit, as in orange. I do enjoy that, so I think it's pretty good. I don't think it's too overpowering. It obviously, like, this whole pack seems like it's more like the juice kind, which is crazy because it's 7% alcohol.
No, yeah, it is crazy. I think I like that about it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not as much of a fan of this one. I'm gonna give it we'll give it a 5.7.
Yeah, this is your least favorite.
Yeah, it is my least favorite. I don't know. It probably coincides with the orange flavor.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, but
Yeah, it's hard though. I mean, it's hard. I mean, the nice thing about this whole pack is it kind of gives you a wide variety, like orange, blueberry,
Yeah, no,
mule.
I mean, in terms of the overall pack, I mean, we can go through the scores here quick, but I would say overall pack wise, there's a lot of variety. So the chances of you not finding something you like are probably pretty small.
Oh yeah,
Like
100%. The hard part about this is a pack of 8, so you only get 2 each.
you get 2 each.
So if you don't like one flavor or you only like one flavor, it's hard because you only get 2.
and it's up there in cost, isn't it?
Well, it's like $25.
$25 for 8, so it's about
$3.
$3 per can.
Yeah.
And that means you're stuck with the ones you don't like.
Right.
A lot of variety, but you don't get
I
variety.
will say this with these though. I will say out of all 4, my scores were a little bit closer, but like I will say all 4, none of them were like unbearable.
Yeah, no.
So it was like you could still like, okay, if I have to drink this one, am I gonna love it? No, I'll probably give it away the first pack, but like I would like this blueberry one's good, and I think this orange one's good.
You literally went in order. So the first one we did was 6-2 for you.
Mhm.
The next one's 6-8.
Mhm.
The next one's 7-0, and the next one's
7-2.
7-2. So all 4 were between 6-2 and 7-2.
It's like a 6.9, 6.8 average for a pack, which is pretty good.
No, yeah,
They're all 6s for me.
Yeah, and I think that if you listened to the reviews, that would go
Coincide.
with what you said.
Factual.
My scores had a little bit bigger range. 5-7. This one was the lowest one, and then 6-3 for the apple crayon, 6-7 for the mule, and 7-6 for the blueberry one.
But it probably averages out right around 6.7 then.
Yeah, maybe a tiny bit lower.
6.5 to 6.7.
Yeah.
Yeah. So solid pack. Solid pack.
Yeah, so I mean, I would definitely get this pack. I would probably try and get rid of the orange ones, but overall, pretty happy with it.
Yeah.
I'll give it a 6-7
Yeah.
for an overall
I
pack.
wonder where it is.
I mean, it's got to be the same place that the DogFish Head.
Milton, Delaware. No, it says canned by Dogfish Head Distilling, Milton, Delaware, and under special agreement, Memphis, Tennessee, La Crosse, Wisconsin, Irwindale, California, with the Boston Beer Company.
Oh, okay. So the beer company's in Boston.
Yeah, that's
Gotcha.
pretty good. Cool.
All right,
Good
well, there
spot.
you go.
Good spot.
That's what they call a.
That's what they call a review.
Bang.
You gotta go.
Yeah. All right. We're going NFL first.
Yeah, let's talk about it. Talk about the NFL here. Quick. What do we want to do first?
I got a couple prompts here for you.
Oh boy. Okay. Hit me with one.
All right, first one.
Okay.
This last week, we saw the last 2 undefeated teams go down. 49ers lost to the Browns,
Mhm.
and the Eagles lost to the Jets.
Mm-hmm.
Which win was more impressive, the Browns or the Jets?
That's a tough question. I think, to be honest, I think the hard part about the Browns game was, let's be 100% honest with each other, like, the 49ers were very depleted. They didn't have Christian McCaffrey in the second half. They didn't have Deebo. Okay. Their defense still stepped up. Weather game wasn't great. Weather game pretty much solidified. They also still had a very good chance to win at the end of the game.
Mm-hmm.
But then with that being said, like, tip your cap to the Browns. Like, the Browns defense showed up, and their offense was good enough. They didn't even have their starting quarterback.
Exactly.
So I think but here's the hard part is
and their starting running back's not playing the rest of the year. So
right. I think it shows more though, like, truthfully, about the Jets. Like, the Jets have now beat the Bills and the Eagles.
Yeah.
But it also shows that it's like, okay, their defense was great. Watching both of those games, like, the 49ers had to come back and kind of take over, and it was hard sledding after, because the Browns defense is so good that they had to come back. The Eagles literally just blew it. Like, that last pass Jalen Hurts threw was literally right to the defender, and it was like, what are you doing?
Yeah, that was bad.
And I'll say this, I think Jalen Hurts is a good quarterback. I think he's a good quarterback. I don't think he's a great quarterback. I think he's a good quarterback. The thing about it, what's crazy to me, though, is, like, watching his games now, he literally looks at his first read, and if he doesn't like it, he pulls it down and he runs.
Yeah.
And it's like, when he runs, he doesn't even keep his head up to run and go. He's just running to run.
Mm-hmm.
He's not scrambling around looking to throw it deep or looking around to scramble and throw it. He is looking to literally just tuck it and run, which has worked out for him. He's a good runner. But, like, I don't know. It's just frustrating to watch him play, because it's like, dude, you have Dallas Goedert, elite. DeAndre Swift, great pass catcher. Devontae Smith, good at. A.J. Brown, one of the best in the league.
Yeah.
And so I think it says more about the Jets. I think the 49ers will be fine. It just depends the extent of the injuries. I'll go on record and say this, though. this just proved that Brock Purdy is not as elite as everyone thinks. I think he's a good quarterback. He was 11 of 27 passing.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. So when you lose Christian McCaffrey, you lose Debo, what happens? And I don't want to hear that, we lost our running back. No. You have George Kittle, you have Brandon Ayuk, you have these guys that can play. So your defense is what keeps you in the games. Your defense is why you're successful.
Yep. 100%.
So, wait, did you have an answer to that? I just went off.
Oh, yeah. I mean, go off. I would say the Jets.
Yeah.
I mean, I think the Browns were... You could kind of see the writing on the wall that game was going to be gross with the weather, and at Cleveland you just kind of expect it. But I think the Jets actually, I mean, I don't think there was as significant weather.
No, I don't think it was significant. I think the thing is, and we've kind of said this, last thing about this, like the Philadelphia Eagles like just don't crush teams. Like they kind of like
this year. They did last year.
Yeah, well, last year they were fine. It's like this year I thought I saw they were like 30th in points scored in the second half or something. It was like a really crazy stat.
Gross.
But I'm saying like you look at it, it's like it blows my mind because it's like you guys take these early leads. You guys were beating New England by 16. Then it became a one-score game. You just like you stopped playing your style of football. So, and with the 49ers, like you said, I think the Browns defense is legit. Yeah. I mean, they're so good. And then, like you said, it was a mucky game. It's on the road. Then, of course, your left tackle kind of gets hurt. One of your wide receivers get hurt. Your obviously star running back gets hurt. It's like, that's different.
Yeah.
So, it's hard. But they did have a chance to win at the end of the game. So,
it's true. All right, next question for you. Which coach has the hottest seat right now?
Which coach?
Yeah.
I'll go on record and say...
Who's on the hot seat?
Well, I'll go on record and say this. Bill Belichick is gone. Or he's going to retire or do something after this year. He looks... I mean, it's gross. It's just brutal to even watch him play. They don't care. Mac Jones is ass.
Do you think they'll fire him? Or do you think he'll leave? Or do you think behind closed doors they'll say, hey, you got to resign, and then he'll resign?
Well, I saw there was also a tweet that was like, he's literally staying around to just beat Don Shula's record for most wins as a coach, and then once he beats that, he's out.
How close is he?
I don't know. I think he's within 5 or 6 games. I really don't know.
Do you think that?
But that's what I'm saying. That might not happen this year.
Yeah. Do you think it happens?
I don't know. They are so bad. So like, I think he's probably one of the few that's on the hot seats. I was gonna say the Raiders coach Josh McDaniels, but like they're 3-3.
Yeah.
So like, I don't know.
I think they've won 2 in a row.
Yeah. So I really don't know. Like you look at all these teams, so it's like, okay, the hot seat, like Sean Payton, he's not really on the hot seat. You just signed him to a bunch of money. Like you're not gonna get rid of him.
Right.
Vikings are 2-4, but you're not gonna get rid of O'Connell.
No, you wouldn't think so.
So it's like, I don't know any other team that's really like hot seat like this.
The Bears guy?
Yeah, but it's like they're so bad, but then now they have injuries, and it's like that. I'll say this about the Bears
and also,
coaching.
You weren't expecting to be good, and you potentially have 2 of the top 3 picks of next year.
And like they've shown some glimpses of like some good stuff, but like their front office is so bad. Somebody said this actually to me at work today, what was crazy. They said the Bears drafted Mitch Trubisky in the same year and passed up on like Mahomes.
Yeah.
They've missed on so many picks.
Yeah, they have.
And so it's like you look at it, it's like they're not awful, but if you get the first and second pick of next year, do you build around Justin Fields? I don't know. Or do you go quarterback and wide receiver? If you went Caleb Williams and Marvin Harrison Jr., think about this. Then you have DJ Moore.
Yeah, you get.
Then you trade Justin Fields
10 years
for picks, or you trade Justin Fields for offensive linemen, and you build from there. You just build your team. Look at the Lions. The Lions have just been building. Mm-hmm. They were always crap. They were always trash, and now they're one of the best teams in the league.
Yeah.
So I think it's. I mean, really, it has to be Belichick, if he's even on the hot seat. I just don't know how. Like you look at like, okay, the Giants. Like I don't know. The Giants are just not good. Like these teams that are not good, but he was coach of the year last year.
Yeah, exactly. Dable was coach of the year. You can't. I mean, it has happened in the NBA, but the likelihood of going from coach of the year to fired the next year is low.
I just think it's always hard too. Like you just paid your quarterback a bunch of money and he's trash. Like Daniel Jones is trash.
Well, he hasn't even been playing and they still lose.
But I'm saying they look better with Tyrod Taylor.
Yeah.
And then I think the other one would be like, okay, so you look at the Cardinals, who are also very below average. Well, you just got a new coach too. Like you have to let these guys build.
Right. All the crappy teams just got new coaches.
And so here's the thing. I will say this is if we talk about this next year, if the Vikes don't do well this year, if we're in this same position next year, then I think O'Connell's on the hot seat. I know it's early, and I don't want to say because I think he is a great coach, but it's also like with this talent,
I
and
think
expectations this year was so high, and it was like, okay, we're gonna be great, and now it's like, no, you lose to Tampa Bay, bad.
I think it's reasonable for him to be on the hot seat if we don't finish the year well
This
year and we start off poor next year.
Yeah.
I don't think that means that he should be fired.
No.
But I do think that the seat needs to get a little hot.
Yeah. I'll say this, the other guy potentially, depending on, there's still a lot of season left, but like Brandon Staley out of the Chargers, like, dude, you have so much talent, and his seat's always hot, and then they finish 500.
Yeah, his seat has been hot for the last 3 years.
But it's crazy because they should have competed in more games. They just make dumb coaching decisions.
Yeah.
He's also the defensive guy that calls the plays. It's like, your defense is the worst in the league. Let somebody else take over. When you look at that defense, this is the last thing. When I was watching, you look at that defense, you have a Bosa brother. You have Khalil Mack. You have Eric Kendricks, a little older, sure. You have Derwin James. You have players who it's like, okay, these guys are not bad.
Mm-hmm.
Trash. They're the worst defense in the league.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
That was shocking once I found out that he was a defensive coach. I had no idea. All right, last question for the NFL. So we just wrapped up 3 straight London games. So we've got 2 Germany games coming up.
November 5th, I think, right? I think
that sounds right.
I think it's November 5th and November 12th, and one of them is the Chiefs.
Dolphins.
Is that Germany or is that Mexico City?
That's Germany.
So they're both Germany.
It's both. Yeah, both in Germany.
Okay.
So we just wrapped up the London ones. One, are you pro or anti?
London games?
Just like Europe games.
I think it's kind of cool. I will say this.
You get 15 seconds to...
I think it's cool. I will take it. And I also like it as a fan because you wake up at 8 o'clock and you have football all day.
That's great.
So as a fan, I think it's fine. And it looked like, to be honest, the field conditions were actually decent. And the fans love it. You gotta expand somehow.
They do love it. And, I mean, it just amplifies how the Central Time Zone is the best sports watching time zone.
Dude, you're waking up at 8:30 watching football all day.
Exactly. I love doing this. I wake up, I turn on the TV at 8:30. I set my alarm for like 8:25. Turn on the TV, go in and out, back into sleep, out of sleep, watch the game, and then by the time that game's done, it's 11:45 and the rest of the game's about to start.
Yeah, and you got the red zone ticker that's like 12 minutes.
But the issue is, if you're West Coast, you gotta wake up at 6:30 to watch.
No, West Coast, it's a waste. West Coast, you're banking on the late games.
Yeah, exactly.
But then even East Coast ain't terrible for the morning, but then the late games are awful. So yeah, Central teams for sure.
All right, so then if you're a coach, we'll just get into the mind of Coach David. So if your team goes and plays in Europe, there's a couple like decisions you got to make. First decision is, we've seen that the last 2 specifically, obviously 2 games ago, so the Jaguars played the first 2 London games, right? So they obviously stayed there between games, so they were already there. And then the Bills, who were the team that they played second, they came on Friday and they played on Sunday, right? The Bills came out of the gates so slow, they literally almost forgot there was a game, and they only played well in literally like the 4th quarter, right? Then you fast forward to this last game, you have the Titans and the Ravens. The Ravens went there on Monday, I believe.
Okay.
The Titans went there on Friday.
Yep.
Pretty much same exact thing. The Ravens were enjoying time out, seeing the sights. They were already there. They're acclimating to the time difference. The Titans they practiced in Tennessee the whole week. They flew in on Friday. And a similar scenario, the Titans were slow out of the gates. The Ravens were up the entire game. So if you were the coach, would you bring them at the beginning of the week? Would you bring them at the end of the week? What would you choose?
Yeah, I think after now seeing it I would say I'm probably bringing them Tuesday or Wednesday, at the latest Wednesday.
So midweek.
I think Monday's fine too. Like if you can bring them, I don't know. Like, I guess my question would be, if you're playing in Europe, like why wouldn't you just go over there early? Well, like, do they have facilities that you can practice every day? Do they have like a weight room? They have probably all that, right?
I'm sure they find something.
So I want to know what's the thought process of being like, hey, let's go Friday. Like, you guys ever heard of jet lag?
Because they want to keep as much the same on a week-to-week basis as possible. So they're practicing in their facility. They're utilizing all their like services that they have. Yeah. And it's just basically we're going over there for one additional day. We play in the game, then we come back.
Yeah, see, I think Monday might be still too early because you're still recovering from Sunday. But I would say if I'm a coach, I'm going over there. We're going over there Wednesday because then you're getting acclimated. I think there's a fine line because then you're like, okay, these guys are professional athletes and they're grown-ups. Like, you got to trust that they're going to do whatever. So, like, if you're going to go sightsee, you're going to go sightsee. Like, who cares?
Well, you're probably going to go as a full team anyway. So.
That's what I'm saying. And also, it's like, at the same time, what's crazy to me is it's like, these guys know come Sunday you got to show up. So it's like, I don't know why you'd go Friday. So I would probably go Tuesday, Wednesday, get acclimated.
Choice.
I would probably go Tuesday afternoon, do something in the morning, maybe Tuesday. I don't know how long the flight is, but then get there Tuesday, take Wednesday, kind of relax, walk through, and then go Thursday, Friday practice, Saturday walk through. It's not like it's the first game of the year.
Right.
Like, some guys are beat up. Some guys aren't even practicing till Wednesday or Thursday. So get over there.
Mostly Thursday, Friday.
And do whatever. If you have to rehab, you have to rehab. But like I just, when I saw these games, and it's like the Bills have actually come out sluggish for a few weeks, but I do think it is crazy where it's like, hey, we're going to go Friday. It's like, whenever you travel anywhere, even if you're traveling across the United States, that first day, it's kind of like, damn, it's like, you kind of feel it.
Yeah,
now you're going all the way across the ocean.
Right, exactly.
So I think Tuesday, Wednesday I'd probably say Tuesday.
Yeah, all right. So then the game happens. Right?
Yeah.
Well, I guess before the season starts, but game happens. Every team that plays overseas, they get to choose if they want their bye
the next week
or not.
Okay.
And
do they get to choose the opponent? Was that something too?
I don't think so.
Oh, I thought that was something like
maybe
that was something last year because I thought Green Bay chose the Lions or somebody, and they were like, "You chose." No, they chose the Jets.
Now that you say that, it sounds familiar.
Because Sauce Gardner was like, "You chose us,"
and you lost. Yeah. I'm not sure about that, but
okay.
I mean, same kind of thing. The Titans are on bye. They chose to have a bye after their Europe game, and the Ravens did not. So they play this coming week. Would you choose to have a bye right after, even if, I mean, in this case, it's week 6 or week 5, week 6, or would you choose to keep going knowing that this week's going to be brutal traveling back? Yeah. And then have it later in this
Well, I guess my biggest question too would be like, so like when you play Sunday, do you just travel back Sunday night and have to come back Monday?
Right away.
Yeah. And so I think it's so early still in the season. I wouldn't want to take my bye right now. But if I'm like the other teams that are playing in Germany, who it's like week 10 and 11 or 9 and 10.
9 and 10, I think.
If I'm playing week 9 in Germany, sure, I'm taking my bye the next week if I can decide that. Or if I'm week 10, sure. Because that's halfway through the season, you probably already wanted your bye anyways.
Right.
Or it's about time. So now you give yourself like, okay, maybe we don't have to leave right after the game. Let's leave the next day. We have a week and a half to basically recoup. So I would say I don't think I would necessarily take my bye right now. If I was the Titans, I don't mind what the Ravens are doing, but it's still just so early on in the year. It's like these teams that already have their bye. It's like, dude, you got now 13 weeks to grind.
Yeah. We talked about that a little bit last episode.
So I would say I'm fine with the Ravens playing. I think they have enough time. It's a tough matchup against the Lions. I mean,
yeah, brutal.
If you got to pick your opponent, I don't know why you pick the Lions, but
that might have been it. You get to pick the opponent right after.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I think that's what it was.
But you might have to pick it before the season starts.
Yeah, but everybody should have picked the Lions to be
decent. Yeah,
they were picking them to win the division, and it looks like that's going to be a runaway.
Yeah, so I don't know if that's real, but I would be fine with it. I'm fine with it.
All right. Let's do Smash Don't Pass.
Yeah, Smash Don't Pass. You want to start it off, or you want me to?
I'll go. I got quarterback Tua Tagovailoa. Plays Sunday night, prime time against the Eagles. Eagles, very good rush defense. So what are the Dolphins going to do? They're just going to keep throwing it all over the yard, primarily to all their receivers. And
hopefully
Tua's been
hopefully their receivers, yeah. Good call.
I mean, their offensive pace is like they're just under 3,000 total yards in 6 games. It's insane. So they score a lot. They rack up a ton of yards. I think let's see. let me just do a quick little math. Highest over under of the week. Literally, the unders have been hitting left and right, but if you're playing against the Dolphins, that's when you want to take the overs. So, Tua, 20.2, not going to get really anything from the run, but he doesn't need it when he's just throwing it 40-yard strikes to Tyreek.
This is a question for you about the Dolphins, quick.
Yeah.
Do you think the Dolphins will struggle when the weather is not
maybe
nice out? Because the Bills, they struggle.
If they go up to Buffalo or they go up to New England.
And now this game, the weather says it's supposed to be 60 degrees.
Yeah.
I mean, by no means is that freezing, but I'm also like
60 degrees, prime time under the lights. Give all of the Dolphins to me. I mean, Tyreek's about to go off. Tua's about to go off.
You think so?
I mean,
that could be a good game.
100%. I mean, everybody's lucky that Devon, my guy, is out. Otherwise, he'd have 25 fantasy points.
We don't even know where Devon went to college, Chris. All right, my pick is.
It's good.
I think it's Mississippi State, but Texas A&M. I think it's actually Texas A&M. Yeah, my pick is Sam Howell, Washington Commanders. They play the Giants. Obviously, he's projected 15.6. He's hit over 15.6. He's actually hit over 18 in 4 of the 6 games. I'm actually hoping the Giants score early because then Sam Howell's got to sling it around.
Do you think that's going to happen?
I actually do. I think Tyrod Taylor can throw it a little bit.
Is Tyrod for sure starting?
No, but there should be petitions that Tyrod starts, to be honest. Even though he doesn't know anything about clock management, he should start.
Okay.
So, there it is.
All right. I'm going to kind of transition right into the running back. Same team, Brian Robinson Jr. He's projected to 11.6 points. He's hit that 4 out of 6 weeks.
Wow, same as Sam Howell.
Out of all of the guys on the team, he's probably the most likely to score a touchdown. That's literally over half the points that he needs to hit the over. So, I mean, he's been catching a few more passes. You're not really scared of the Giants outscoring them crazy amounts right away. So the game script should be in his favor. And, I mean, I wouldn't be mad about picking him to score a touchdown this week and add 1 to 2 catches, 50, 60 yards rushing. You're in business.
Bang. My pick, Thursday Night Football, I'm going with Alvin Kamara. Projected 17.8. I mean, the dude has literally caught like 10 balls a game.
One game, but...
Well, last game he caught 8, but...
Oh, he did? Damn.
Yeah. And shout out, I know this is a specific shout out. Just give me a shout out to Lesh. I know he's your guy, but I do hope he gets 17.9 so I win here, but you don't gain too much. And they play Thursday night against the Jags, so it should be a good game. And I think they, like Drew, it's almost like Drew Brees is still playing. Mm-hmm. It's like they just check down. Like, it's just like, oh, look deep now.
Derek Carr is the second coming of Drew Brees with his injured shoulder.
Yeah, no, yeah, and that makes it worse.
Yeah.
But, yeah, okay. 17.8. Schmack.
I'm going pass catcher. I'm going T. Lockett. Tyler Lockett. He's projected 12.8 currently. The Seahawks play the Cardinals. So I think everybody at the beginning of the year thought the Cardinals were going to be so bad. And then they started the year not really that bad.
They started not bad, but their record is bad.
They started not bad. Yeah. I mean, luckily for them, they lost some.
Yeah.
Some of the games that they were close in. Like,
right.
That's an ideal situation for them.
Yeah.
But I think people are still thinking they're not quite as bad as everybody thought they were going to be, but they're bad. And the Seahawks, it's an in-division game. Seahawks are at home. And I think Tyler Lockett, 12.8. He's starting to get his feet under him. He had 90-some yards last week, 5 catches, 90-some yards. And, I think hitting 12.8, he might get in the end zone again.
There it is. My pass catcher playing Monday night for the 49ers is Brandon Ayuk. 14.4, plays the Minnesota Vikings. Love to give up a lot of points, we do. And also, I don't know if Debo's really going to be full health. Also, Christian McCaffrey might not even be full health. Mm-hmm. So they might have to throw it. And I think even if Debo's healthy, Brandon Ayuk's their number 1 wide receiver. So I'm taking the smash, 14.4.
Mm-hmm. There you have it. Smash, don't pass.
Smash, don't pass.
Who's
Bang.
your dog of the week?
Yeah, I'm actually going back to the
dog
woof.
of the week.
woof woof.
There we go.
I'm going back to the Sunday night game. My dog of the week is the Dolphins. I do think the Dolphins will upset Philly in Philly. I think it will be a high-scoring game, but I think they will outscore them.
Yeah, I mean that. I think that is.
I think they're 2-point underdogs.
They are 2-point underdogs.
See? That's a dog. That's a dog.
Yeah. I'm gonna go a slightly different path. I'm going Steelers.
Ooh,
They're +3.
the Steelers?
+3 away against the Rams. Here's the things that I think we got working for us. 1, Steelers are coming off of the bye, so they're healthy. They've had more time to prepare for this game. 2, they're 3-2. You know that Mike Tomlin is not a below 500 coach. He's not even a 500 coach. He's above 500. And so if they lose this one, they're down to 500. That's not good for his record. You're probably getting Pat Freiermuth back, another option. You're probably getting Deontay Johnson back, probably your best option. And they haven't been able to run the ball all year. And now they're getting all their pass catchers back. I mean, there's just a lot of positive things coming out of Pittsburgh. So, I mean, the Rams, they lost their running back. Who knows who's going to be running the ball? And, I mean, Steelers, I think that's the pick this week.
All right, there you go. I mean, we'll see. I don't know. I think the Rams actually low-key could make a little push now. Their offense is actually very good. Their defense is trash.
Without their running back?
Yeah, but then you look at it, it's like you got just let Matt Stafford throw it 50 times. Good quarterback.
What about the Steelers? They're decent.
I actually think against the pass they're like the 24th. But
Hey,
that's okay. Against the run, they're very good.
Joey Porter Jr.
We're just naming players now. Minka Fitzpatrick.
Yeah.
So we'll see. Yeah, I just think I will also say this.
Uh-huh.
We'll see what the Steelers do. Obviously, it's a 3:00 game.
Yeah.
3:00 game in LA. Yeah. I just think it's crazy where it's like I think Kenny Pickett's so bad, and I don't know why he wears 2 gloves.
I think it'll be because I don't think his
Hands are big enough to grip the ball.
Yeah.
That's sad. That's bad.
I actually think that's a thing.
So the gloves make it so stickier.
Yeah, because they're like the gloves that wide receivers wear.
Oh, really? Oh, I thought they were like special. Okay.
It's like what Teddy used to do. Teddy 2 gloves, baby.
Damn, so these guys got small hands.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we'll see. Got to play to win, baby. Jalen Warren.
I mean, there was a lot of them where it was just like, not going to go there. Not going to go there.
I was going to pick the Vikes too, but...
You were?
Yeah.
Against the 49ers?
Dude, I think if Christian McCaffrey and Debo are both hurt, dude, what are we going to do? I mean, I know we don't have Jettas, but it would be a different story if we had Jettas.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
see?
Yes, we will.
Bang, bang. All right.
Okay, let's move on. So we're gonna pause on NCAA football this week. We're not gonna talk about it.
Yep.
Except for this 30-second span. One thing. I can go first if you're.
Go for it.
Penn State, Ohio State this week. Biggest game of the weekend.
I think it's the biggest game for them.
Probably the biggest game of the year so far.
For Big Ten? No, for Big Ten.
Who would you say is the biggest game of the year so far?
I would actually say last week's USC Oregon was a pretty big game. I'd say they're comparable. I would say.
Wait. Oregon played Washington. Notre Dame.
Oregon played Washington. That's what I was going to say. Yeah, Oregon-Washington was a pretty big game, which was also very
Would
fun
you
game.
say that this one's bigger or not as big? I would say this one's bigger.
I would say this is just as comparative in the division or in the conference.
No, you have to say one's
I would say
bigger.
Oregon-Washington because both those teams could win the national championship. I don't think Ohio State can win the national championship, and I don't think Penn State can win the national championship.
Ohio State's what, 3?
Yeah, but they barely beat Notre Dame.
All right. But Notre Dame dominated USC. Who was on the field?
USC's frauds.
All right. Anyways, that's the one I'm looking. I mean, it's nice. Start the day with it. 11 a.m. Get it rolling.
Yeah, I would say my pick has to be the Alabama-Tennessee game. I did say this. I'm not retracting my statement about Tennessee, but I definitely just watched a little bit more of Tennessee, and their quarterback, Joe Milton, is not good. He can throw the ball a mile, but he just doesn't know how to read a defense. So
Thank you. I mean, rewind like 5 episodes where we started talking about Tennessee, and I said, great that he can throw it that far. When are you ever going to throw it that far in a game? You got to be able to toss around the yard.
Yeah.
That ain't it.
But also this game at Alabama, obviously a rival game. They won last year in Alabama. But I also think Alabama's quarterback is not very good. So it's a battle of two teams who are very good that don't have very good quarterbacks.
Yeah.
So I think this will be an interesting game and fun game to watch.
All right.
So we'll see.
All right. Quick check-in on Kentucky. How are they doing since you said that they were going to lose less than 3 games?
They've only lost 2, right?
They've lost 2 out of the last 2.
Okay. They haven't lost 3.
All right.
They're fine.
All right, we're moving on.
Kentucky's
NBA.
fine.
NBA starts next week, Tuesday. First games on Tuesday. What would that be? Tuesday the 24th. It's coming up quick, which is amazing. Very excited for this. You got the Lakers and the Nuggets, and then you got Suns Warriors. So typically they'll stick with some of the best teams or projected best teams, biggest stars first night.
Is it always the team that wins?
Wins the previous year?
Wins the championship?
Correct, yes,
Okay.
because they have to do the ceremony.
This is a ceremony game.
Yeah, so it's at Denver,
Mm-hmm.
and they'll bring in a team that they think is going to be good or they has a lot of star power or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Good for TV.
So yeah, I mean it's on TNT. There's only 2 games, so both of them are right in there.
Mm-hmm.
So 4 teams, and then the season gets rolling. 82 games.
82 games.
Yep. So we're gonna run through NBA awards here. Starting with MVP.
Yeah, my MVP, I'm going probably, definitely I think is the favorite or one of the favorites. I'm going Giannis. I think Giannis will take it.
Really?
Yeah, I think obviously having Dame will help, obviously take off a little bit of the pressure, but
he's not the favorite.
Giannis is not?
No.
Oh, even better then. So I will take, who's the favorite?
Jokic.
Oh, this says they're both at 450. But
no.
Yeah, I think Giannis will play well. I'm excited to see how that team gels together. I think they're going to have a lot of fun. They're going to play some good basketball. So, and I do like Jokic. I just think it's crazy. Like watching him play, I'm just like, his effort just is so weird to me. It's so weird. He never looks like he's trying. He just kind of flows down the game, kind of just flows with it. But we'll see.
Do you think that having Dame will mess with him?
No. I think he'll still play his game. I think he'll still be the guy that it's like, hey, once, twice a quarter, just give me the ball. I'm going to go court. I'm just going to go full court, crossover, and then take 2 steps from the 3-point line and just dunk it.
Okay.
Or lay it in.
That's interesting. I would say typically for awards, it helps if you
are the only guy.
Not necessarily the only guy, because I mean Jamal Murray probably wouldn't be too happy about people saying that Jokic is the only guy, but like the guy that everything runs through.
Yeah.
Which I think Dame might take a little bit more than you might think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But so do you think then for guys like obviously Luka's going to be up there for MVP, probably top 3 or 4
potentially.
But so like his team stink. They're not very good. I mean, they're not that good. They're always going to sneak into the playoffs. But like, do you think that helps him if your team is good?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Okay. So like that might separate Luka versus the other guys.
Yeah. Yep. I'm going Jokic. He's the favorite. I mean, he probably should have won it last year. I think that actually helps him that he didn't win it last year because everybody was kind of tired of him winning it back-to-back previously. So they gave Embiid the MVP last year. And so as long as Jokic plays enough games, then I think that he's clearly the favorite.
Yeah.
So.
He said he's never played fewer than 69 games in a season.
Which
Jokic.
is good.
That's crazy.
That is good. Jokic is the favorite, then Doncic, then Giannis.
Okay.
So like there you go. Yeah. Next one, Rookie of the Year.
I'm just going to go with the obvious pick. I'm going to go with Wembanyama. I don't think it really needs explanation. I think after watching these clips in preseason, I think he's starting to live up to the hype. And like you said, he's literally the only reason that San Antonio will be relevant.
Yep.
Is because people want to watch him. I don't even know if they'll have more than 30 wins, but it doesn't matter because they're going to want to put him on TV because he is a freak.
No, yeah, I mean...
The clip of him dunking, like, who was it, over Thomas Bryant or something?
Yeah.
Like, barely jumping outside the circle is stupid.
Mm-hmm. No, I mean, the only reason why he won't win is if he gets hurt and doesn't play the appropriate amount of games.
Yeah.
That's really the only thing. I mean...
You kind of hope he doesn't. I mean, you never hope for injuries, but, like, you hope he actually doesn't get hurt because he is such a fun talent to watch. And it's like, can he live up to the hype? I think he'll still have a few games where it's like he doesn't.
Yeah, there will be a few games that he struggles, but I mean, I think for overall, you obviously want him playing, and there's nobody. I mean, him and Scoot are probably the only two guys, and Scoot to a lesser degree, that the team will revolve around how good they do. You know, like Chet is the third ranked in order of odds to win the Rookie of the Year, but he's the fourth, fifth option. So like, he'll have blocks. Yeah, he'll probably have a number of rebounds, but it's not like he's being asked to score a bunch.
No, Shea will be the guy.
Shea's the guy, then probably Giddey.
Yeah.
Then you got potentially who's the guy from Santa Clara? Their 4-man.
The Brodzinski guy?
Nope.
Santa Clara.
Yeah. What is his name? I can't remember it. He's pretty good. He was I think a rookie last year.
Dort?
Nope.
Oh, right there. Jalen Williams?
Jalen Williams, yeah. He's pretty good.
They got two Jalen Williams.
So, like, they got guys that can score. Chet's not going to be this guy who's averaging.
They have Victor
20
Oladipo?
points. They just traded him today.
Okay. I think, yeah, but this is the problem, is this team runs around Shea.
Exactly. And he's going to average 25, 30 points a game. And so he'll have a couple assists. He'll have some catches on lobs. He'll have rebounds and blocks. And, I mean, is that good enough to win Rookie of the Year? It's good enough to be in contention. But, I mean, when Victor's averaging 16 points, 8 rebounds, and 5 assists, then
you don't think Wembanyama will average a double-double?
I mean, he might.
I think it'll be pretty close.
Yeah, 16 and 8, that's pretty good.
Well, that's very good. I think the hardest part will be for Chet, is also coming off injury.
It doesn't help.
So, we'll see.
Yep. All right, so we both got Wemby there. Defensive Player of the Year.
Yeah, I'm going Evan Mobley, Cleveland Cavaliers.
So the favorite is Jaren Jackson.
Jaren Jackson is such a hack.
He won last year.
Which was a joke. No offense, like, and he's always in it, but like every time we've played the Grizzlies, like I feel like he has like 6 points, 9 rebounds, 1 block, and 6 fouls. And he fouls out every single time we've played them.
He blocks a lot of shots in games where he can just come over and block as the secondary defender.
I just think I don't know.
Currently, it's looking like him and Evan Mobley are tied for best odds.
Yeah, I think Evan Mobley's good. I think that Cavaliers team is pretty good. You want to talk about blocks? He averages like 3 blocks a game. So it's like he's a defensive guy. So I think it'll be interesting. I think the hardest part about it, and we've talked about this off air, it's like obviously a hometown guy with McDaniels, but it's like the same guys we talk about every year in the defense.
McDaniels, unfortunately, even though he's a very good defender, I don't think, just based off of like how he plays and who he's being asked to guard, that he's ever really going to be in contention.
Yeah. Well, I think it's hard too with him because it's like he's one of those guys though that like when you look at the team, like he's such a good player to have because he takes out their best player. When people play us and their best player never averages.
When you watch the game, you can tell that he's a very good player. But if you don't watch the game and you look at stats, you won't ever be able to understand the true impact that he has as a defender.
Right.
Whereas if you're looking at Jaren Jackson Jr., if you're looking at Evan Mobley, you're looking at Giannis's box score, they're literally, 15 rebounds or 13 rebounds. You got 4 blocks. And it's like, okay, yes, but how many of those blocks were where they were guarding the worst player on the court and they came over and blocked a guy's shot that they had nothing to do with? Yes, that's part of defense, but at the same time, like, the defensive player of the year should be the guy who makes the biggest impact on the defensive end.
Yeah.
Is that always going to be, and obviously they have to base it off of some stats.
Yeah.
So it's not just, oh, well, we think that this person's the best defender just because. Like, it can't be that subjective, but it takes out a whole group of people that are like, oh, that person is the best defensive player in the league this whole year, but his stats don't necessarily prove it. Because, somebody can score 30 points, but if they shoot 35 times, then that's a very good defensive game.
Right. Well, I think that's the hard part too with all these awards is it's like, it's an individual award, I get it, but it's also just like, okay, so like you said, you get 8, 9 rebounds, 10 rebounds a game. Well, we've also watched games where somebody will shoot it and literally no one will be around the ball and the guy will just run up and grab a rebound.
Yeah.
It's like these rebounds are so fraud. Yeah, like some of these things, and I'm not saying it's bad, but it's like there was also talks, it's like when people average triple doubles, it's like, okay, well, no one else is even going for the rebound. Of course he's going to grab the rebound.
Yep.
But I think it's hard. I think it's always the topic. I don't know how you would judge it though if you weren't just going off these stats, because it's like
that's
you'd have to almost go game to game and be like, LeBron James averages 29 points a game. Well, against these 5 defenders, he only scored 20, 22, 18. But then it's also like maybe he just had a bad game.
Yeah.
So it's hard.
Those
are the advanced stats.
There's a lot of subjectivity. You can find as many as advanced stats as you want because they're out there.
Right.
I think for Defensive Player of the Year, I think Anthony Davis, low-key, might be a Defensive Player of the Year candidate. His biggest thing, obviously, is the health.
Yeah.
If he plays. And then sleeper that I think might jump into the conversation is Claxton.
Oh.
Nick Claxton.
From Brooklyn.
He's not even listed on this list right here. He was listed on FanDuel. I should have written down what his odds were. But it's like, it's higher than plus 1,800. So he's like a long shot.
Yeah.
But,
could be decent money value.
He averaged over 2-3 blocks last year. And he's the main guy in the middle on the Nets who should be a decent team this year.
Yeah.
And it's not, he'll shoot a good percentage. He'll be able to come over, block shots. I realized as I was saying he'll shoot a good percentage that we were talking about Defensive Player of the Year.
Yeah, I'm just going to let you just keep going.
Tough
I'm letting you go. Just keep going.
Tough luck. But no, he'll block a number of shots. He'll get a bunch of rebounds because he's like the main big guy on their team.
Mm-hmm.
Usually he'll probably get a steal or two. And, I think he's good enough that he at least could be in contention.
Yeah. So we'll see.
So
keep it handy.
All right, most improved.
Oh God, I didn't even see this. Most improved?
Yes. So the favorite is Mikal Bridges.
Oh, I'm seeing it right now.
Yeah.
I'm going with my boy Austin Reeves, baby.
Oh my God.
Come on. Hype him up.
Why?
Because here's the thing. The Lakers, those big guys will never, or Anthony Davis will never play a full season. So they'll need someone to step up. LeBron won't play a full season. And also I think the Lakers will be decent. And he's a decent player.
I'll be honest, Doctor. I think he gets way too much hype. I don't think he's as good as people think he is.
He was averaging 13 points a game.
I think the...
You think it's Mikal Bridges?
No, I don't.
Oh, who are you going with?
I'm going with... which one was this?
Most improved?
I'm going with Franz Wagner.
For who?
The Magic.
How do you even determine most improved in the NBA? Is it just guys that sucked last year that do better this year?
I think that...
What's the criteria?
Probably the biggest jump in stats.
Oh.
Probably are affected by it.
Okay.
And I would assume that it is probably related to how well your team is and how much of an impact you make from a year-to-year basis.
Oh, it's like if your team only won a certain amount of games. Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. It's interesting to call an NBA player and be like, that guy was most improved. It's like, that guy's an NBA player.
And also, Mikal Bridges, like, he was pretty good last year.
Dude, those guys, Tyrese Maxey was very good last year.
Yeah.
Like, that's what my thing is, like, when I look at these names.
I low-key could see Jordan Poole.
But it's just, like, most improved. Like, what? Because now he's on the Wizards? So he has to score 25 points? It's like, exactly. You know what I'm saying? It's just hard.
No, I
think Tyrese Maxey's a solid player.
He won't have the opportunity being on the Sixers, though. Back to Austin Reeves. The only reason why I think he's anything to write home about is because he does the things that everybody else in the Lakers doesn't want to do. He actually hustles. He doesn't. I don't think he really cares how much he scores. Like, obviously a little bit, but he's willing to do the things that everybody else doesn't want to do that contribute to winning. And for somebody to be held in such high regard as you grow up, and it's like, oh, these are the things that contribute to winning. These are the things that you should do. And then in the NBA, there's literally one guy that's on a team that will do that. Obviously, LeBron does it too, but there's one guy, and you're just holding him to such high praise because he literally is the one that's doing the things that contribute to win. Everybody in the NBA should be doing this. I mean, maybe not all the time if you're scoring 25, 30 points a game, but you should be able to. That's one of the first things you learn. These are the things that contribute to winning. These are the things that you should do. And to see somebody that's like, oh my gosh, this guy's so good. No, he just does the things that contribute to winning. That's literally 6th grade stuff that you learn.
Yeah, but no one does it.
Which is wild.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. So no one does it. So he's a great role player to come out and be okay. Here's the thing.
So now you're gonna consider a great role player to be most.
So here's my thing. Based on the criteria, if he averaged 12 points last year and now he averages 18, that's fantastic. That's literally fantastic. And I'll say this: on this team now, they now have Gabe Vincent, Christian Wood. They also drafted your boy Jalen Hood Schifino, your guy. Hated him. But what I'm saying is it's the hard. That's what I don't understand about most improved. I didn't even look at that before we talked about it because my thing is these are NBA players.
So last year,
how are you most improved?
Last year, Lauri Markkanen was most improved. I mean, he did ball last year.
Yeah, he did ball, but you have to look at the team. It's like this guy is on a team where it's now you look at Jordan Poole. He's on the Wizards. Mm-hmm. Great. Who else is on the Wizards? Who else is on the Wizards?
Kuzma.
Okay, great. So who else has to score? Of course, Jordan Poole. So Jordan Poole's their number 2.
No, he's their number 1. All right, we're moving on. We're going clutch player of the year.
Yes, I don't even know what this means either. It has to be Dame because he's the most fun player to watch.
Oh, these odds are way different.
Oh, I think
has De'Aaron Fox, Shea, and Luka as the favorites, and then Dame 4.
I think the only reason Dame's probably not as high is because now he's on the Bucks, though. Because now it's okay, Giannis might take over some of those. De'Aaron Fox also low key actually does bang out.
He was the most highly rated. Yeah, look at this. De'Aaron Fox has won 100% of the Clutch Player of the Year awards.
Is it new? I've never heard of this.
Yeah, there's been 1.
There's always 1 for 1.
Yeah.
Oh my god! Of course he's won 1,000%. What a fake stat.
Last year was the first year, and it was him. No, he was the most highly rated by a significant margin, I believe, last year.
Yeah, I will say this though. Even watching them play, Golden State. I mean, De'Aaron Fox had to take over.
Yeah.
I mean, and he did take over. He kept those games close and
so
won them a few games. No, I'm taking Dame.
Oh, you are?
I'm taking Dame.
I'm picking Luka with that step back J.
Fox led the league in clutch game scoring this season with 194 points in 39 such games.
The other aspect is, the Bucks are going to win a lot of games.
Yeah, so you don't really have to be as clutch.
Yeah, so you don't have to be as clutch because the games aren't going to be as close. Whereas, the Kings, the Thunder, the Mavericks, they're probably going to be in a lot of close games at the end. And these are the guys that are going to be shooting them.
I guess another good pick would probably be Jimmy. Jimmy seemed like he was clutch last year, right?
Yeah.
I just don't know the criteria.
He's not even on this list.
Yeah, he was the only one last year he was the only other player that got a first place vote.
Really? Well, yeah, because De'Aaron
Fox.
Fox dominated.
Yeah. So,
All right, sixth man of the year.
you want to go first? I have mine.
Yeah, I'll go. I'm going Bobby Portis.
Bobby Portis. Okay.
Yeah, because I think that
Crazy eyes.
he's on a good team, which I think helps. He's a player that, when asked, can step in and fill in with the starting group, which I think is a big aspect to the sixth man of the year. It's like, oh, you don't start the game, but can you potentially be in the in at the end, which I think he can be.
Well, I think he's also one of the players where you look at it like, if your starter's not playing, you're not losing a lot putting Bobby Portis in.
No, he's stepping in for Lopez, and he's more athletic and versatile than Lopez.
Yeah.
So,
I'll say my sixth man is Norman Powell. This is also the thing about sixth man. Norman Powell should start for the Clippers.
well, you know that Kawhi or Paul George aren't playing all the games. So
But what I'm saying is
he's
Norman
going to
Powell.
start a number at the game.
Norman Powell, even last year, coming off the bench, it was kind of like, who was the other? Lou Williams used to do it too. They used to come off the bench like 4 minutes in and play the whole game. So it's like, that's a sixth man.
Yeah. Trailing them is Norman Powell, a contender that's electric with three-pointers off the bench and benefiting from stars like Kawhi Leonard and Paul George on his crew. Because they know they're going to sit out.
Right, but I'm saying, like, he doesn't start, but he comes in 4 minutes and he plays the whole quarter and then plays the whole second quarter.
And he shoots a ton.
And he shoots threes. I mean, he averaged like 17, 18 points a game last year.
Yeah.
And I remember when he played against the T-Wolves, he just kept, like, he was the guy.
Yeah.
Granted, those other two guys weren't really playing. But it's like, he was literally the guy where it was like, all right, I'm going to get my shots.
All
But
right.
it's the same start. It's the same thing with Lou Williams.
So in 2018, Lou Williams won. How? So he also won in 2015, right? So Jamal Crawford was obviously the biggest name for six man. Lou Williams won in 2015. 2018, when he won it again, so he went back to back 2018, 2019. 2018, he was plus 8,000 for odds. How is that possible?
Did he win in 2017?
2015.
2015?
He won it in 2015. How is a previous winner who is probably getting to, I mean, he's not that old in 2018. How is he plus 8,000 to win it?
Right.
That's
Well, this is
nuts.
This is also my question, pulling up his statistics. So he wins it in, what, 2015?
Yeah.
So he played 28 minutes.
Uh-huh.
So there's 40 minutes in the game.
46.
46.
Or 48.
48.
Yeah,
So he
48.
played 28.5 minutes, averaged 15 points. In 2017, he played 32 minutes, so he probably started. He almost played every game.
Yeah,
2018,
so he probably wasn't
2019,
eligible.
he played 26 minutes and averaged 20 points. He's playing 26 minutes, so he's not playing 22 less minutes.
I mean,
But that's what I'm saying. So you play 6 minutes of the first quarter, you sit out, and then you sit out the second half, and you have to somehow sit out the last 4 minutes. You're playing a chunk of the time. He averaged 20 points. He's obviously shooting 10 to 15 times a game.
yeah.
Like, why not just start him? He's good enough to start.
No, you don't always want your best scorers to start.
So then they get against the second team?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, freaking Lou Will. What a guy.
I mean, we can do Coach of the Year if you want.
I'd probably say if I had to pick somebody, I think it's the Thunder coach.
Yeah, he's the favorite as well.
Because, well, the only reason is I think they'll obviously be better than they were, and he'll get credit for that. I don't think they'll be fantastic, but, I mean, it's hard to pick anybody else. Like the Celtics coach, it's like, dude, they're supposed to potentially win the whole thing. How can he be Coach of the Year?
No, I think the second, I'm also picking the Thunder coach as my guy, but if I had to pick a different person, I'd pick the 76ers, Nick Nurse.
Yeah.
Because if they're good and they get the first overall seed and they like show that they're legit, it will show that
He's a good coach.
it's partly due to him.
Mm-hmm.
Like they were good, yeah, but they were what, the 3, the 4 seed last year? And so if they come in and they're the 1 seed and they beat other teams like the Bucks, the Celtics, like I think that he could have a chance at it.
Yeah.
And he's plus 1,000 right now.
So there you go.
There you go. That's right.
It's just so hard to determine it.
All right. Let's move on to Fave 4.
Fave 4 it is. Do you have
Oh, it's okay.
Alright, Chris. I don't think I can flip it with my left hand. Heads or tails?
Heads.
Heads. It is a heads.
Okay, I'll go second.
Second.
Yep.
I will go first. And I will
That
take
is what that means.
the. You know what? I'll take the Milwaukee Bucks.
Okay.
So, did you tell them what we were doing? Did you say fave? I thought
Fave 4.
NBA champion.
NBA champion.
So we won't know. This will actually be determined at the end of the year.
This will be determined probably the last episode of the season.
Yep.
We do it with NFL. We do it with NBA. NFL not looking good for me, but it's okay.
Long season.
Yep, long season. Even though literally half my teams aren't gonna make it. Anyways, okay. So you got the Bucks. I'm gonna go with the Nuggets, and I'm gonna go with the Suns.
Whoa! Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with the Celtics. I'm just reading off this list.
Yeah, you
I
are.
hate the Grizzlies, though. Where's the plus 550?
Oh, this is the Fave 4 plus 1 because we get 5.
5.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go Celtics, and you know what? I'll take the Lakers. I will.
Okay. I'm gonna go with the I'll go with the 76ers.
Ooh, that was a good pick. I was looking down there.
Yeah. I don't know why they're so low. What, 2,700? And then I'm gonna go with the I'll go with oh man, Warriors,
Okay.
because I love them.
My last two picks, I'm going to go Clippers. And you know what? I'm going to go with the Miami Heat to round it out.
Okay. I'll go. Oh, I only get one.
Correct.
I was.
What are you going to go with? 3 more?
I was fully gonna go with 2 more. I was just used to going back to back. All right, so I have the Suns, the Nuggets, the Warriors, the 76ers. I'm gonna go with the. Jeez, yeah. I'll go. I'll go with the Grizzlies.
Okay.
Yeah.
So there it is.
I hate that pick, but
Yeah, that's like terrible. You don't want them to play Minnesota first round.
no, I don't.
No.
And I just think that they're probably gonna be pretty good. So I just want to give.
Jaws out first 25 games, isn't it?
No,
I thought he was suspended the first 4th of the year.
I thought it was 6.
Oh, is it only 6? That guy sucks.
I'm pretty sure it's 6 games.
I thought it was 20.
You couldn't look up John Morant's suspension.
No, because the first thing that comes up is sister. What's going on here? 25 will not be reduced.
That's okay.
He's a bad guy.
No, I know, he's not. But
We don't pick bad guys.
all right, can I change now?
No! Sorry, Chris.
I didn't want to. All
This
right,
just shows you should have gone with your gut, though.
Who do you think I was gonna go with?
No, I'm saying like you said you didn't like the pick up front.
Yeah, no, who do you think I was gonna go with?
I was probably gonna say either Timberwolves or Dallas. You love Mavericks for some reason.
No,
They're not good enough.
No, I was gonna go with the Cavs.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Donovan Mitchell.
Just to get a little bit more sprinkle in the East, but I'm good with the Grizzlies.
Just take.
I mean, I got 4 West, you got 4 East.
So let's hope that.
So
your team comes
you
out of the
got
West.
you got the Lakers in the West, and I got the Sixers in the East.
All right, so
That's
there
fine.
it is. So hopefully we'll have one for
I mean,
each, I guess.
if
If we don't, that's bad.
That's really bad.
But
All right, we got what was your 5 again?
my 5 were Bucks, Celtics, Clippers, Heat, Lakers.
I got Suns, Nuggets, Sixers, Grizzlies, and Warriors.
Yep.
Bang. There you have
Yes.
it. Fave 4 plus 1, episode 10, with the new mics.
Book it.
Peace out.
See ya.